Yay. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Tuesday Beyond the Ranks Leadership Zoom, Payday Zoom. Super excited. Happy Tuesday. Happy payday. My name is Krista Purdie. I don't know if rank matters, but high rank 80K. Not currently, but it's okay because I'm going to get it this month. But I have my friend Janene Braaksma on today, and I'm super excited for her to share with you. She just earned her 12K re-rank bonus last month and her husband's 4K bonus last month too. Was it both in the same month?
I did his in February.
There we go. So I'm not gonna tell her story for her, but we've had quite the journey together over the last few years. We've been since 2019, the end of the tail end of 2019,
October.
and so, I mean, a lot of life has happened in between those few years, just for the world in general, and then for us as individuals. And so for her to come in this year of 2023 and really just come back with like this fire in her belly and just show up and show out has been absolutely amazing to see. And so we're just going to jump right into it, y'all. I want Janene Braaksma I want you first to introduce yourself, and then I want you to talk a little bit about what your life was like before Thrive, and then you can go ahead and go into how you found Thrive.
Okay, so my name is Janene Braaksma. I am from Orangeville, Ontario. Go Team Canada and go Team US too. So just a little bit about myself prior to finding Thrive. I'm a mom. I have 2 biological boys, and my daughter is actually adopted. Krista, I know you already know the story or whatever, but needless to say, very, very busy. When I found Thrive, I was actually working 2 jobs, 2 very lucrative jobs, might I add. But again, I can't stress busy and tired, like literally 4 to 5 coffees a day. My kids were always late for school. I had major insomnia, just a lot of stress, a lot of busyness going on. And my husband and I decided to take a very needed vacation to his home, which a lot of you know is Jamaica. And anyways, we went in October, and typically when I'm away, like I'm not necessarily like party girl, but I do like to have a good time. But this time I was there strictly to relax. I wanted to sleep, have a couple of drinks, maybe go out, just a chill kind of vacation. So I had been there like 2 days, and I just happened to kind of like look around, and I saw this, and I felt this like high energy. There was all these girls there, and they were like, playing volleyball in the pool, dancing, singing, this, that, whatever. And I'm like, whatever they have, I need it, And I saw that all of them were wearing these quote unquote stickers. So me being me, I saw Kayla Rose Oliver, who is our 200K leader / millionaire, sitting in the pool on her phone. And I'm like, okay, I got to talk to this girl. So anyways, I get in the pool, I go and sit beside her, and we do the whole awkward, like, hey, how are you? Where are you from? Is this your first time here? Ray. And she happened to say, yeah, she was there for her first time on a free trip. I'm like, free trip? So we had some conversation back and forth. What do you do for a living? I told her I work full time for Culligan Water. She said, you sell water? I said, no, I don't sell water. I sell water systems. And then she told me what she did. She said she's a brand promoter. And I said, oh, that's really cool. And then I wanted to know more about this free trip. But most of all, I wanted to know what this thing was on her arm. So I made small talk like I always do. And then I just jumped into this like, okay, what is this sticker that all you guys are wearing? And, Kayla, if you're on here, I don't know if you are, I'm not saying that it was like long and drawn out and boring, but it seemed very like, it was too good to be true, right? Oh, it's my vitamins and my minerals and my energy and mental clarity and this, that, and whatever. And I was just like, sure. Like, honestly, I was like, okay, like, what are you smoking? Like, how am I going to get all these wonderful things you're talking about of a little sticker. Like, I've heard about, the nicotine patch, and there's a birth control patch, and there's a fentanyl patch for people that live with chronic pain. And it's this new technology, and that works, right? So I'm like, why wouldn't this work? But I was still extremely apprehensive, because you got to understand, like, since my early 20s, after having my first son, I was exhausted all the time, like to the point of just, falling down in my bed and then not being able to sleep, because it's just a vicious circle of like, go, 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 coffee, coffee, coffee. So of course, her next question was, oh, you should try it. And I was like, oh no, I don't have any money, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I made up every excuse in the book to not try this damn sticker. Okay. And so we're sitting there, and we're having like an hour-long conversation. I'd probably had 2 or 3 drinks while I was sitting there chatting with her. And she's like, so I've noticed that you've had a couple drinks while we're sitting here. And I'm like, yo, are you judging me? I never said that, but I was like, and she's like, did I tell you it's an instant hangover cure? And I'm like, okay, hook me up. I need some of this in my life. So needless to say, she's like, add me to Facebook. She ran up to her room. She came back with 2 bags, one for me, one for my husband. I added her. I was supposed to wait for instructions, but we went on with our day. I go back to my room at the end of the night. Needless to say, the next morning I woke up relatively fuzzy. No judgment, I'm on holidays. And I was actually going to go back to bed. The sun was shining. The guys were out cleaning the pool. I don't like to sleep when I'm on holidays. So go figure, I always have capsules floating around my car, and I don't have any. But I was like, oh, I got that Thrive stuff. So I went, grabbed the capsules, didn't wait for instructions, popped those, drank a bottle of water, took the shake, threw it off to the side because I'm like, I don't like shakes. Popped on the little sticker, and I'm telling you, in like 6 or 7 minutes, by the time I finished my water bottle, it was like the sky had parted. I had this extreme mental clarity. There was no fuzziness left, even the normal fuzziness if I'm not waking up slightly hungover. And I was like, okay, maybe there is something to this. Krista, stop laughing at me because you're distracting me. Yeah, so like I woke up and I was like, in 20 minutes, I'm like waking up my husband, and I'm throwing these capsules at him. I'm like, get up, get up, get up, take these. And he's just like, what the hell? And he's looking at the time, and it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, come on, I'm hungry. Let's go for breakfast. So needless to say, we get there. The waitress comes over, and normally the first thing I do is like coffee. But she asked me, and I was like, actually, no. So fast forward, I go about my day. I run into Kayla at 2:00 in the afternoon. She's like, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I told her, I feel good. I feel good. And she said, did you like the shake? And I told her I didn't drink it. And she literally slapped me. I just met this girl yesterday, and she's already cuffing me in the arm. She's like, you need to take all 3 steps. It's formulated to work that way. I'm like, okay, chill, I will. So the next day, I'm going to say, I thought I was a day 1 thriver, but I was actually a day 2 thriver, because I felt good on day 1. But when I got the whole experience, that was like even better. So she left me in Jamaica. I think she did this strategically, because I begged her for more. I'm like, I'll buy it from you. Like, just give me what you got. And she's like, nope, you took everything that I have. So I think she kind of gave it to me and then took it away, because she just wanted me to remember what it was like to not be a thriver. But let me tell you guys, the landing, how they tell you like you're not allowed to turn on your phone when you're in an airplane? I was probably a couple 100 feet off the ground. The landing gear had just come out, and I'm turning on my phone, and I'm messaging this girl in Nova Scotia, which by the way is a 24-hour drive away from me, asking me where I can get this stuff. I couldn't live without it. I couldn't. It was just like such a difference. That first night, even without the shake, I was in the disco till 3:00 in the morning, and I danced like I was 21 years old again. No joke.
I love that story, because you guys, they were on their Jamaica lifestyle getaway. And that's why it's so important to have the courage to share these 3 steps and what they do, because you never know, even on a lifestyle getaway, even at people that are going to Palooza this weekend, we're going to be in Denver, a new city, to bring some samples with you. that's
Oh yeah.
Janene is a perfect example of why we do this, right? Why we thrive out loud. You made me laugh. That was funny.
I am not promoting alcoholism. Okay. At all.
She-
I was on vacation.
She's very animated. I love Janene. So she came into this, you guys, like a firecracker. Like, I don't even know where she came from. Kayla had come back from Jamaica, and we were like booming as a team. And Janene was placed on my team. And I'm so, so grateful for that, because she has been like family. I'm actually going to be sending my daughter up to Canada because I'm not allowed in Canada, unfortunately. Um, she's gonna send my daughter back with her. I'm scared, but anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So Janene came in and she was on fire, you guys. And she has this outgoing personality, and she's like kind of in your face, and she doesn't, I feel like, when I look at her, I feel like she doesn't have any, she's not scared to share this, but I'm sure in like she's had her struggles, right? So but I just want, all right, let's go to your first 14 days, your VIP period, because you came in quick and hot and heavy. So what were your first 14 days like? So you fell in love with the product, you were chasing Kayla down for more and how to get more. What was your transition? Because I might not even know this really, your transition from wanting to be a customer and a thriver to wanting to promote, and then into your first 14 days.
So I'll be honest with you right off the bat, because of everything that I was already doing and having two very good lucrative careers. For me, it wasn't based on making, we all like to make money. So, but that's not the main core as to why I decided to do this. I knew in those 3 days what it had done for me as a person. And I was like, how could I not? Like, everybody I know is tired and grumpy and a slave to the coffee pot, and like all these little things that we say. And it's like I wanted to share it with everybody. And I didn't even know anything. Kayla had not talked to me about, you should be a promoter, you can make money, they can pay for your car, you can get all these bonuses. I just came home, and because I like to I share my Culligan water. I share my life experiences. I share my London fog, that I'm addicted to Starbucks and they don't pay me, but a lot of people are drinking London fogs now because I said they're good. So I came home, and before I'd even spoke to Kayla about even buying a promoter pack or becoming a promoter, I had made a post on my own, non-directed, not from you. I haven't even met you yet. I had just gone on and I explained, like, listen, I just got back from Jamaica and I found this product and I feel like this and I feel like this and I feel like this. I didn't drink coffee for 3 days. I had half the appetite that I normally do. And I just named off, and it was like a very raw, very honest, very like heartfelt post. And I had 85 comments in like less than 3 hours. And 35 of those people wanted to buy a 3-day mini experience. And I didn't even know what a 3-day mini experience was. I was like, oh my God, I just ordered my package and it's going to be all gone. And then I'm going to have to order another one. And I was freaking out. So realistically, that's when Kayla jumped in and said, listen, you know what? Your area has been untouched. Clearly people are interested. Why don't you? And then she talked me into buying the mid-grade promoter pack, because if you think about it, at 35 3-day minis, it was already sold plus some. So it just kind of like legitimately snowballed from me making one post and getting 35 minis out to my friends. And then I'll tell you, I think the first month of being on this stuff, it's like I don't even remember, because it was just so like boom, boom, boom. It's like VIP 800, 1600, 4K in 16 days. And like this big bonus. And I'm just like so excited. And I was just running at the seat of my pants. I don't even know what else to say, Krista. I was like, bang, 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 bang.
It was, and she was just on fire with like the excitement. Like, she fell in love with these 3 steps, and then, like she said, she came home and she shared it. She shared it with the people that she loved and her friends, and like she wanted. I mean, she knew that people were out there, just like all of us, that were tired and exhausted or whatever the case was. And she really did come in like a firecracker. I couldn't even keep up with her when she came in to things. I was like, what is going on here? But I learned so much from her during that time, because she does have we're in sales. I mean, I know that a lot of people like, I don't want to be sales, but I mean, what we do is sales. We sell Thrive, and there's nothing wrong with that. We sell Thrive, we sell solutions, we help change lives here. And that was the narrative that I had to change in my own, life and perspective, was to totally be okay with that, because look at what we get to do, the ripple effect of the lives that we get to touch and change forever. I mean, the entire course of my life was changed, the entire course of Janene's life was changed because of these 3 steps, and we can't hold ourselves back from sharing. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, she came in like a firecracker. And we were Zooming as just a team in general. And things were really good. And then the pandemic hit. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I don't know why that just made me super emotional. Well, I do know why, but whoa, sorry, y'all. So Janene, right at the beginning of this pandemic, it was a scary time for everybody, right? Sorry, Janene. I don't know what happened.
Make me cry.
Sorry. Janene went through a really rough time. And we talked about this before we came on here. So she wanted to share about it. So her dad, it was when, people were in the hospital and we weren't allowed to go and see them and that kind of stuff. So her dad, if you want to take that part over, I don't know. Her dad was in the hospital, and she, that's why I want to start off by saying this community is a lot for people. This community has become my chosen family. I don't have any, family around it. It's just me and my kids, and my mom sometimes. So this community has been a lifesaver for me. And I won't, put words in Janene's mouth, but I think that the community here was, maybe a safe haven during that time. And it was a good, just maybe a distraction as well. And I'll let you share this part of that story, but that was a tough time. And during this month, I'll let you share what happened, but she went 12K and earned her auto bonus. Was there rank advancement bonuses during that time? I can't remember.
I think there was. It was actually like my first bonus season, and like I ranked 4K in the October, and then I built a small little team and kind of branched out, and like I said, I was always like busy. And then when all this stuff happened with the pandemic, and then dad getting sick, and then why Krista's getting so emotional, and I'm going to try not to, is I lost my dad to COVID. Well, complications due to COVID. April 7th of 2020. And guys, I literally felt like throwing everything up in the air. Like, I mean, and you can ask anyone in our community and even my friends and family, for 2 weeks, I didn't take my Thrive. I laid in bed. I avoided talking to people. I cried, I puked, I drank, I did all the grieving process. It felt like I went through all 6 or 8 stages in 2 weeks. But, my dad used to make fun of me about Thrive. Okay. And you guys are going to go through this too. And, people, of course, that haven't tried it are going to go, oh, it's this and oh, it's that. It's an MLM. It's blah. It's a scam. No, when you try this product, you know that it works. I wasn't going to argue with him. Okay. So ironically, the first day that he got sick, he actually sent me a picture because he had gone to my sister's and he found a 6-day mini on her porch that I left for a customer. And he's like, haha, look what I found. And I was like, maybe I'm trying to get him on board. Anyways, fast forward, he got really sick. They put him on a vent. I ended up losing him. But the 2 weeks after that I went through all this process and you guys were all a godsend to me. It's like I woke up one day And I was like, you know what? I am on a roll. I was on a roll. I'm not going to let this take me down. My dad's up there watching me. You know, we always kind of had this relationship where if he said I couldn't do it, I was like, oh yeah, watch me. So it was like a shift in my brain that just went, no, old man, you're not going to be right on this one. And I'm taking it back. And I went 12K in April. I don't know how I did it, but I did. It was that drive that I got from proving him wrong. And it was the drive to do it for myself. And it was also, like you said, a really, really good distraction. And I just put my everything into this business, but I still had a family, guys. I still had, you know, thank God my friends were sending food to the house and everybody was checking in on me, but I still had life. You know, I wasn't working at the time because I took like some stress leave, but life goes on, mom goes on. And yeah, I did it. And you know, that's one of my proudest moments and my biggest accomplishments. I bawled like a baby just because I proved him wrong.
She inspired me so much that month, because she did exactly what she said during that couple week period where she had an intense grieving process. And to see her, you know, lift herself up out of that and run for that 12K rank was, I mean, it was just really inspiring to see. And she crushed it out, you guys. And she was like inches away from 40K, like at so freaking close. So I kind of want, thank you for sharing that. Because I know it's not easy, but
You got shivers.
That a lot of people on here have experienced loss of some kind or some sort of traumatic, overwhelming event in their life. And it feels almost impossible to show up for your business, right? And some people, you know, this is like a side gig or a side hustle, or and for some like me, it's my full-time thing. It is my bread and butter, right? And it just, I mean, she just really, it just shows that, you know, we can show up even in our darkest moments, and have that time also to grieve and take a step back and care for yourself too. We kind of just have it all here. So I kind of want you to transition into, after that period, you skyrocketed through like super duper close to 40K. And then, I mean, I think as an industry, you know, we went through a rocky time, going into a pandemic, and then everybody wanting to work at home, and then the world opening back up, and then just things were a little janky. We had just been through it, been through the ringer as a world, right? And so I want you to transition into that time period where you know, we kind of went in and out and back in.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna lie. I mean, I was disappointed in myself because I was like so close, and I think I'm harder on myself than anybody. I think we all are. You know, it's not that I gave up. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. Ironically, throughout this whole pandemic, my full-time job got ridiculously busy, and I'd put, you know, I had all this time on my hands because after dad passed, I mean, I was off April, May, June, July, August. I was off for 6 months. I went back to work, and I went just like I did with Thrive. I went back full bore. And, you know, some of my people dropped off. A lot of my customers stayed, but, you know, the promoting part of it, it's not for everybody. It takes a specific person. And I'm not saying anybody can do it. But you got to want to do it, and you got to have that passion that burns your soul. It's just like why I sell these water systems is because I believe in it. So I did kind of have this roller coaster of, you know, I was still posting on my stories, I was still being consistent, but I wasn't giving it everything that I was giving it. I was giving 80% back to Culligan and like 20% to Thrive, because I never stopped taking the product. My husband as well. It's just I kind of let Thrive go on the back burner. Oh, there's a whole bunch of different reasons. I needed to deal with the emotions of losing my dad. I had to deal with, I got bosses and managers on me about like sales. And at the end of the day, I have to make a paycheck and I have to provide for my family. So I felt like I kind of had to make a choice. It was like, as Krista and I joked around in the beginning before we started recording, that I am totally self-proclaimed ADHD, and I have no problem admitting that. I have to kind of, I have to kind of have some of my eggs in the same basket, but maybe two different baskets. And then, you know, like I said, I never really walked away from Thrive. I was kind of there in the background, still at the forefront a little bit. And then all of a sudden it was like, you know, Christmas came, they announced bonuses, my birthday had come. And then it's like, I go through these little dips. And when they announced bonuses, I was like, it kind of like hit me in the face. And I was like, this is an opportunity that literally was God handed to me. What am I doing? Like, I was like, I did it before. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to keep doing the do. And I just jumped back in. And, you know, I got my husband's account. Like, don't get me wrong. My husband, like, he does it every day, but he's not like me. He's not out there in people's faces. And like, he hates when people even ask him, what is that sticker for? He's just like, put my head down. Where I'm like talking to people in the grocery store. I'm talking to waitresses at the restaurant. Like, yeah, so just focusing on O'Neill's account, my account, and then it just, with the help of you and Sonia and all my awesome, amazing, supportive friends and customers that became friends, I did it again. And I literally was just like, it's possible.
I want to hit on, like, I know, like, I mean, I'm sure we can all relate to either, you know, life causing us to take a step back, or work. I see Christy Green commenting in here, and she's on my team as well. And she has, she's like the work-life balance, right? So you kind of got to find that balance. And I'm super excited because Chris is going to her first Palooza this weekend. Sorry. Got sidetracked by that ADHD. There we go. But we can all relate to that, right? Like, and we have to give ourselves grace. Like, Janene never stopped thriving. She was always here. But I mean, we all are guilty at some point in time where we, you know, fall back and are questioning things, and in our own lives, personal lives, or work, or whatever the case is.
Krista, can I interrupt you just 1 second?
Yeah.
I never once questioned Thrive as a company, Thrive as an opportunity, or Thrive as a product. I questioned not even my ability to be a promoter or to help people, because that's kind of like, trust me, the money is fantastic and it really, really, really helps. I get my car paid for. I got this wicked bonus. I never really gave up. I had to take a step back to protect myself because there was just so much going on. And let's face it, you and I have had some personal conversations. I really didn't deal with losing dad. So I had to take a step back for me.
For sure.
Right. I was still there for my customers and my friends and you guys. It's just like, I had to kind of prioritize, but I've never, ever walked away, ever.
Yep, she's telling the truth there. But when she came, when this new year started and bonuses were announced, I saw this, like, when Janene was like, I'm doing this, like, this is my time, and we're gonna transition back into like running, and we're gonna do this thing. And she came in again, just like she did in the very beginning, and was taken off. And what I kind of want you to share with people is, like, as you were deciding, like, that's what I kind of wanted that message to be today, is that even if you are brand new here and you haven't really, like, picked up your foot to take that first step to take off yet, or you have been here for a while and you haven't found that transition moment to get back in this thing, and or if you feel like you've counted yourself out, I just want to also hint on what Jason said yesterday on his call with his hints, wink, wink, winks, that if you've counted yourself out and you think that you have no chance of earning a bonus this month, that you need to put the pedal to the metal and act like bonuses aren't leaving this month. I don't know what that means, but he said hint, 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 wink, wink, wink. So so if you are feeling in that moment, like, where maybe you've let your foot off the gas, or you haven't even started yet to your true potential, where you know you can do more and you know that you can accomplish more here, because you can. We have all the tools, we have all the resources, we have the community, we have everything. It's just the us factor. If we are going to put in the effort and the work and put ourselves into this and really get vulnerable with it and freaking have the courage to thrive out loud and to share this and all the things, right? So Janene, when you decided that you were going to run for these bonuses, first it was O'Neill's on your husband's account for his 4K bonus, and then working towards your 12K bonus last month. What was your, like, what was your process? Like, how did you like decide that, you know, you were going straight into this? How did you start to, maybe, because I'm sure you weren't sharing as much as you are in this current season, right? Or like reaching out and trying to make those sales or whatever the case is. Like, what have you been doing the last couple of weeks?
I honestly think that I just kind of had to like bring myself back to remembering what it felt like to it's not just about the bonus. It was like, you know, maybe it was easier because I already been there, done that, and I knew inside of me that I could do it again. Like, I just keep telling myself, like, I'm 40K, and when I get 40K, then I'm going to tell myself I'm 80K, and eventually I will get to that millionaire status. But I don't know, like, how to describe. It was like a fire that was just kind of always been there, but like I said, I had to make the choice to take a back seat a little bit, to do some self-healing and to do some self-care. I got back into making my blankets. I got back into reading. I got back into coloring, like just the things that I would do before. I don't really know how to answer that question, Krista, because again, it just happened. You know, I started talking about it. The excitement came back. I've gone through some really extensive therapy. And I don't know, I've just seen, like, you know, Kayla hitting the millionaire status, and Sonia and Heather, and like just everything. It was like, I know in my heart of hearts, I know the drive that I have, and I know the passion that I have behind this company. Why am I just letting it go? And like, the opportunity is there, go get it. That's all I told myself. I don't know.
And then and that's, I can't even really pinpoint what Janene has done these past couple of months, because it's just been a whirlwind. Again, she just comes in and she really knocks it out. So all right, so when you are sharing, do you all right, you're more belly to belly than social media, or what would you say? Social media? So how do you share on social media? Can you share some tips how you share on social media?
So this is the biggest thing for me because of time restraints, and because I don't want to be, I love the fact that I run into people that I don't even know, that I've never met, that follow me on Facebook, that I've never talked to, and they just randomly start picking up a conversation in the grocery store. So yes, some belly to belly, but I don't want to inundate my Facebook newsfeed with thrive, 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 thrive. Like, I don't want to be that girl who sells thrive. I want to be the girl who's sharing my story from how I used to be versus how I have grown exponentially because of this company, because of myself, because of a whole bunch of different reasons. But I am adamant. I don't necessarily give them an option. You know what? You want to try this product, you want to feel the way I do. That's awesome. I just need you to tell me about it, and I need you to tell the world about it. So I will tell them, okay, here's your 3-day mini. This is what I need from you. This is what I expect from you. And sure, not everybody's going to do it, but the majority of people, because I set the bar, okay, when you get this mini, number one, you're going to start it right away. Number two, come day 2 or 3, I only want you to do it once, but I need you to jump on your own personal feed and tell me truthfully how you feel, tag me in it. The least I can do is help you thrive for free. Even if you don't want to, if you're fine paying it for the rest of your life, I need you to tell the world how you feel. And that's all I do. I've had to learn how to like prioritize my time, because in the beginning it was so stressful. When I hit 4K, my phone was like ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my mind. So you have to be really good at managing your time and understanding that, Like in the beginning, I was like, why isn't Krista answering me? Rah, rah, rah. I get it. I totally get it. You can't answer everybody else at the same time. So prioritizing, setting the bar for what you expect from people. Again, not everyone's going to want to be a promoter. I think that's where I struggle with, because I realize like not everybody's like me, you know. I gravitate towards those people, but if you just want to be a customer, I'll hold your hand the whole way. If you want to make a business out of it, I'll do the same thing. I don't know, you just got to be real and you got to be raw and you got to set the bar for what your expectations are. Hey, you know what? You think this product's expensive, but you love the way that it feels. I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to help you get it for free.
Boom.
That's
That's one thing that Janene has really taught me, is just that confidence, because I think that, I mean, she comes from like a sales background. So I've learned a lot from her as far as that. Cause I mean, when I came into this, I was really nervous to share. Like I had already built up a social media following. So I was really scared to share a product with them, because I was like, now they're going to think I'm taking advantage of their support, like all those things that can creep into your mind, right? Like it's your brain filling your head with trash, trying to keep you safe from being uncomfortable. But this business and growth in general is full of like getting really intimate with being uncomfortable, and each new level of growth comes with a new level of the uncomfortability. Is that a word? I don't know.
yeah.
But that's really what Janene has taught me, is to step out of my own comfort zone, and to be straightforward with this, and to let people know when they've fallen in love with their mini experience. Okay, let's get your order placed, right? Like, let's go ahead and get
What's your credit card number?
This was a couple years ago, I feel like, and we were like in a three-way, and she's like, I don't know. I think that maybe this person was having a hard time with the website or whatever. She's like, well, what's your credit card number? I will help you with this. And I was like, ooh. I was so scared, but they were like, here, like it was a fluid conversation. And sometimes you just have to be like a lot of people, we help our customers order if they're not like tech savvy or, whatever the case is. But at that point in my business, I was like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't comfortable enough to do anything like that yet. So, I mean, Janene, we learned things from our downlines, our uplines, our sidelines, and everybody in this business. And Janene has really, really taught me a lot to be confident and comfortable.
Ditto.
With this.
Ditto.
Love you. With this business model, and it's helped me grow tremendously for sure. And the time management thing and the boundaries, I also wanted to hit on that, because you talked about that. Either whether you're doing this alongside a full-time job, or you're a full-time stay-at-home mom and you're doing this, regardless of what you have going on in life, a time that I'll contest to that, like time management is key here. And it's not fun really. Some people enjoy organizing time and things, not I. That seems like very tedious task to me, but it was crucial for my business, because you can get super overwhelmed really fast. Like she said, when she came back into this, she hit 4K on her husband's account, and then was going for 12K on her account last month. It was like a shell shock to her business again, like with all these new people coming in and referrals and just all team chats and three-ways and all kinds of things, right? So having those boundaries too, setting aside that time management to where you can fit in, you can really fit this business into time, like 20-minute time increments, 10-minute, like whenever you can fit it into your life, like you work this business like around your life, fit it into your life, right?
I take my phone to the bathroom with me all the time.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a toilet time worker as well, so it just works. but and having those boundaries, like she said, like if she'd message me, she'd be like, oh, why doesn't she answer me? Like I had to learn how to set those boundaries in my business too, where I would always try to like answer somebody back immediately. But then as my life grew and things got busier, I wasn't able to do that anymore. And I was like pinged with this guilt, or felt like, I just needed to be there. So, I mean, those are healthy boundaries that you can set in your business, and you can set work hours for this. You are on your own time, but you can set work hours. I wanted to hit on that too, because that's just something that I've been working on this year anyways.
Did you just say the word ping?
Ping. I probably
In the beginning, I used to like really, one time I got Krista so bad, I just kept writing the word ping over and over again, where she like stuck her head out of the shower curtain, like, what?
Yeah.
I've calmed down a lot.
Yeah. If I didn't answer her, she'd ping the word ping over and over and over and over again. I'm like, God bless
But
you.
In fairness, like I was like so new and I didn't have the answers, and I really should have just leaned into the team chat, because you're only one person with a whole bunch of us little minions, and we're all wanting your time. And like, that's where you were mentioning like sidelines come into play, and uplines and downlines. And so, yeah, I've definitely chilled on that level. And I've learned that, just because I reach out to say Sonia or Kayla or whoever, I'm not going over your head. Like, I'm just, it's an understanding that people are busy. We all have lives, you have a little girl, like, yeah, it's just, you will get an answer somewhere. But the community is great. And the group chat that we have, the whole group that we have is amazing. But in the beginning, when you're all fired up and you're rolling and you're snowballing down the hill, you need someone to catch you, right?
I loved every minute of it.
With eyes rolling.
Right. I loved it so much. But no, that's what I mean. That's just what I love about this community, is because it's not just about like, it's about so much. Like we build friendships that are, even when our businesses aren't booming, like we still have these connections, right? We still have these friends to lean on and to get through life together with, and then also to learn from a business perspective. I think that me and Janene have probably been through all of it together. And I really, really appreciate you for that. And I'm really just so glad that I was excited to sign up for this Zoom this week and bring you on as my guest, because I feel like you are really, I mean, this was just a great story to share for people, especially at this point in time. I feel like this year of 2023, you guys, is a comeback year for so many of us, right? We went through a hard couple years, a few years. And it's just been incredible with corporate and Lavelle and the products and just everything this year. They've given us so much to run with, and they've just kind of handed it to us on a silver platter. And as we are working towards, refocusing our mindsets and getting reoriented with our goals and our whys, this is going to be such a fire year. Excuse me, I wanted to drop an F-bomb so bad. I've been wanting to do it this whole time. I've been trying to watch them out. But it's going to be a really good effing year, y'all. And I'm super duper excited. And I really wanted to bring Janene on because, I mean, if anything, it just shows you like, at any point in time that you can decide to like Jason said yesterday, like put your foot on the gas, like it's time to go, right? You can decide that at any time for yourself when you're really getting zoned in on why you're doing this. Who are you helping by doing this? And what are you doing for your own life? What are you doing for your family's life by giving this your attention? Do you have anything else that you want to share regarding any of that? Maybe?
I don't know about like the whole thing with Jason Camper. I just know that a lot of my reservations through those crashes and dips, so to speak, and like I said, I never really actually fell off, but fear had a lot to do with that too, right? And I'm always talking about and my really good friends know this about me, that I have this, we call it flipping the switch. And that's kind of what happened this last time. It's like, I make this decision and I just go forward like a bull. So it's like, don't let the fear of, I can't even tell you what my slogan is because there's a lot of F's in there, but it's like, I don't care what people think about me. If you don't want to follow me, hit the unfollow button. I don't care. Like, I'm going to help the people that want the help and that need the help, and that, like, my own sister unfollowed me, and I don't care. We still have a relationship. We still love each other, but I'm annoying to her. So cool. Get rid of me. I don't care. So that's the mindset that you have to have, is that, you know, for every one person that says, oh my God, here's Janene talking about her Thrive again, you got 10 more people watching your stories. So I don't care. So that's the kind of mindset that you have to have. Next, bye. Sorry.
I agree. And that's something that I had to adapt to, because I felt like I just wanted to curl inside myself for a long time when I was talking about stuff. But that's just something that we have to kind of work on this. And that's some internal work and some mindset work that you have to, build up that. To me, it all drives back to your why. Like, why are you doing this? I'm a single mom that's trying to break generational curses and trying to build a future for my kids. Otherwise, that they wouldn't. I feel like I'm trying to create this big, beautiful thing, and that is my driver, right? So you have to have something that when the days that the motivation is gone, because it's not always going to be there. Motivation is fleeting. So even in the days that's not there, and you're like, I don't even feel like doing shit today, that you're still going to show up, and you're going to show up for the people that, even if it's just a sharing, you're still doing your 3 steps that day, I'm sure. So just sharing those to your story, putting something up that shows that you are consistent with this. And even on your bad days, your Thrive is showing up. Like we went through some hard seasons, and we still shared, even if we weren't.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share. Sorry, Krista, for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Don't be afraid to get real and get vulnerable. I mean, I've talked about some pretty touchy subjects on my own newsfeed, and maybe it's like, Facebook is not my therapy. Facebook is not my go-to, but I've had so many people just message me and say, like, thank you for making that post. Like, people are dealing with infertility, they're dealing with abuse at home, they're dealing with, like, so whatever your story is, if you're comfortable, share it, because you don't know who's watching. Krista, and some of you that know me, I went through this battle after losing my dad with self-medicating with alcohol. And then it was like, again, that switch. I just woke up one day and said, I'm getting sober, and I'm like, 80 days, 90 days, 120 days. It's like, people are like, why are you sharing that? Why are you sharing that you're not drinking? Because I'm proud. Because I'm proud that I can stand up and go, look, like, I went through this and I went through that. If you don't like it, scroll up. You know what I mean? If you're going to judge me because once upon a time I was reliant on alcohol to get through my feelings, I don't want you on my friends list anyways. I've had so many people reach out to me and just say, thrivers or non-thrivers, I don't care. Reach out to me and say, thank you so much, because just from that one post that there's a fire truck, hold on. Just from that, they're coming to put me out. Just from that one post that you wrote, like, Krista, you've put me to tears enough times with your videos about your history and your past and this and that. I want to be the reason why somebody keeps pushing forward, or somebody decides to pour that bottle down the drain, or to get up and actually get dressed that day. Because there were times where I didn't want to. So don't let fear drive you in this business. Great. Now he's parked behind me.
He's definitely going to put you out.
He's like, calm down, sister, calm down.
No, but that everything she's saying is so true. Like, if we can, I know that, we're not saying share your whole life story, but even on, I don't say get on there and complain either. So what I say is, like, if you want to share your struggles, also make sure that you're sharing a solution. How are you getting into the solution? So you give somebody hope. So when I share, my past, and then going into like my mental health battles, or like I struggle a lot every day, really being a single parent. It's a struggle, right? But then I also share, like, I went through this, like this morning, I had a really hard time, but I got in my stories and I was like, I was having a really hard time and we were late for school and I was cussing at the lights and I was pissed off at the traffic, but I had to catch myself and I regulated, and I was like, look, we're going to be late anyways. I can't control the traffic. I can't control the lights. So we're going to enjoy this ride to school. And that's what happened this morning. And I shared that, showing that we can just get through things if we are aware. And just, so that was just a little example, but like just sharing that just being that, it's building that trust like no factor as well, especially if you're building that business or your business on social media with people that I built almost my entire business on social media with people that I have never met ever and that live all over. And it's because I share myself. They have a peek into my life and who I am, and I've made connections with them, and I have a peek into, I ask them questions about their life, and they feel open to share with me because they've seen into my life. And it's like we're friends for years. And so we're able to finally meet each other. I still have not met Janene in person. Y'all, and I've never met
I'm
her.
stealing your daughter.
I've never met her in person, but like I know her husband, I know her home, I could probably walk through her home. And I've never been there. So
You've virtually gone swimming with me.
yeah, I mean, it's just the relationships that we can build regardless, and being like your true authentic self, and showing up and connecting with people and letting them know that you really care, and they're not just a number in your business, that we can grow and have compassion and share. And all I'm tongue-tied now. I didn't fucking forget what I was saying. Excuse my language. But it's 12:52 now. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to close that with. My brain just lagged and I completely forgot what I was saying. So I don't know if you want to close it with anything, or Amanda, if you want to jump in, if you have anything to ask Janene, I don't know.
Yeah, we want Amanda.
I don't know if you want to, yeah, you can unmute yourself. I think I turned that off. But if there's anything that okay, she's coming.
I love Amanda. She's so funny and she's so real.
My brain skipped, y'all. Sometimes it does that and it empties out of all information. So here's Amanda.
Hey guys, I kicked him out for a second. He came home for lunch and I was like, okay, you got to go for a second. I got to hop on. But no, listen, I was so inspired by this call, you guys. And I hope every single person took so much away from the ups and the downs and just the push. I cannot tell you. Oh, it resonated so much with me just now, Janene, whenever you were talking about people unfollowing you or unfriending you, or they don't have to like what it is that you're putting out there. The reality of it is like, I have so many friends and family that have never joined me in a decade of being in this industry. And then I have people that have watched me for over a decade, just now becoming customers, just now becoming promoters, just now saying, wait, I need something else. Like what I'm doing is not cutting it, or they need that change. So you have to realize, like, you've got to be that voice for other people. And you don't know, like, I think a lot of people have this misconception. Everybody sees their things, which is one of the reasons why I say go through your friends list, reverse it from oldest to newest, make sure you're interacting, check and see who is actually like still using their Facebooks. And if you're using different social media platforms, whatever, but make your goal every day to make an impact. Your goal every day to get in front of new faces, to let people know what it is that you're doing. And I mean, if this call didn't fire people up, like from setbacks to propelling forward to pushing through the times, like, I don't know what will, because honestly, every single person goes through it. Every person goes through it. And actually, right before this call, I was just telling Krista, every single time that we have a struggle on our journey, those breakthroughs, they follow. Okay. Every time. And what it is it's preparing you for the blessings that are going to come. Right. Because otherwise you wouldn't know how to handle it. you wouldn't know how to take on that triumph. You wouldn't know how to help the people that you're going to help if you hadn't had some kind of setback along the way. So I love you ladies. I am just inspired and so excited. And I can tell you, if you didn't listen to Jason's call yesterday, I know there's a recording floating around. Definitely listen to it. We kind of touched on it last night's call. I'll tell you guys, I think he's setting us up for a very similar repeat of 2017. And that was like, we had massive momentum in the summer months and going into the fall months. And I can tell you 2018 came in with a bang. So if that's the case, which I feel like it is, just get ready, because do not let off the gas pedal. Whatever you do not let off the gas pedal. Make sure you keep on thriving out loud. So
those are true words, Amanda, because I literally got the chills when you said that. So true words. I believe it. I believe it. I don't know what happened in 2017, but I want it.
Right.
Me too.
Exactly. Let's go. No, thank you for jumping on, Amanda. You guys keep making me cry today. But that's good. I love good emotions that just flow. It just gets me excited and pumped. And it's payday, y'all. Go share about that. And even if you're just starting or your paycheck's not where you would like it to be today, go and share about it, because somebody, like, I can't wait. Like, we get paid every single Tuesday. Share about that. Thrivers, it's Thriver payday. We get paid every single Tuesday. Or what is it? I mean, I remember my $15 paychecks in the beginning, like this was putting gas in my car to get from A to B, or buying dinner for that night, or whatever the case was, right? It's just an exciting thing. Yes, exactly. I mean, I used my first paycheck to buy groceries and not use food stamps that month, and it was huge for me. So go
Krista, before you end this call,
Yep.
we're talking about like the things that our paychecks have done for us. Last week when I got my first bonus check, like I wasn't joking when I was sitting in my car crying. And my husband has been in Canada for 30 years. And guys, when I tell you poor is not even the word. He'd go days without eating. So the fact that I'm staring out my driveway to a brand spanking new Chevy pickup truck, and like, look, I got Lavelle in my back window and people think I'm crazy. But again, I don't care. Like, this has been a dream of my husband's for the last 6 years. He always wanted this truck, and now we can afford to have it. My car's paid off. Like this, it's just, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say for the first time in my life.
I'm so proud of you guys. These exactly what's on the table right now. Like this month isn't over, and again, quoting back to Jason, to act like they're not ending. Who knows what that means? But you can create amazing things, and we have a new week ahead of us. It's only Tuesday, right? What do you want your paycheck to look like next week, right? So let's go kick some butt today and get ready for Palooza weekend and announcements and new things to come. So I'm super excited. Janene, thank you for sharing so transparently and open with us today. I love you and appreciate you so much. And have a good Tuesday, everybody.
Bye, guys.